Today we're going to talk about how I make fostering work in my small city apartment. Even if you just don't foster and you just have a cat in the house, I really think you should try it. That was kind of where I learned my lesson, where I was like, okay, I can't do this every time. Don't freak out, I'm just moving my chair. Oh my god, you little scaredy cats.
Do you want to hang out with me while I record this video? Look at your eyes. You have to look nice. You've got 10,000 people watching you. Oh my god. Hi, baby girl. You want to come join sister? You want to join?
So I live in an 800 square foot apartment. It's perfect for just my husband and myself, but when we start fostering litters of kittens, sometimes it's 2 kittens, sometimes it's 7 kittens at a time, it definitely gets a little bit cramped. So at this point, we've been fostering for about 3 years, and I think I've pretty much narrowed down the 5 things that have made a huge difference to me fostering from a small apartment. Ideally, I dream to one day have a spare room or a spare space where I can just have that be the oasis for the kittens, but at this point, I don't have that luxury, and so I'm just making do with what I have, and that means having them free roam and having the apartment look like this most of the time. The first thing is everything is washable or wipeable. Everything. So the first thing in this category that I feel like has helped tremendously is having a sofa cover. I got a washable sofa cover off of Amazon, and it just works really well. It's really simple, really easy to put on, take off, pop in the washer, and that's that. It protects the sofa from all the cat hair and dander, makes it a lot easier to clean. Somebody had a little accident on this part of the sofa. I won't name any names, but I'll show ya. It was this little one. Hey, it's okay. If it wasn't for this cover on it, it would have seeped underneath it to the actual foam insert, which I definitely wouldn't have been able to clean. Angels. Hello, poquito croquitos. Yeah, big yawn. So sofa cover has been a game changer. In addition to that, the floors with kittens, sometimes, you know, they'll throw up or have an accident, and it's just a nightmare to clean off of your floor, your carpet. Before we ever started fostering, we had a really big rug in the living room, and when we fostered our first litter, Lady and her kittens, for those who know, there were accidents that were had on the carpet, and it was not fun to clean them, and I knew that as soon as they get adopted, this rug's gotta go. This rug is just not going to survive. I was thinking about honestly just not having anything on the floor, because our apartment has these, like, they're not wood, they're like I don't know what it's called, maybe like a vinyl-y plastic. It's the really durable kind that apartments use. But yeah, I was just thinking, whatever, I'll just leave this be. Then I came across this brand for like a children's playroom furniture. It's called House of Noah. I hadn't heard of it before, but you know, the algorithm just always knows what you're looking for, and it just pushes these ads. So I came across that. If you're 90s kids or older, you might remember we had these colorful puzzle piece rugs that were foam. So this is kind of like that, except non-toxic foam, and it's just really nice, aesthetically pleasing. I just figured this would actually be perfect. This is exactly what I need. Something that looks good in my space, that can be wiped clean since I have foster kittens here so often, and also it kind of works as like a gym floor. I like to work out in our apartment, so it was kind of just ticking all the boxes for me, and that kind of helped justify the price because it was pricey. See, that was so easy. I'm just sitting and this is the floor in front of me, and I was just able to rip it out so I could show you. So here it is. I love it, and it's just been so durable. I've cleaned it so many times. I just mop it all down. The color that comes out is just so disgusting and satisfying. The second tip I have for you is don't buy anything that you don't have the space to store during off season. So if you're fostering kittens through your shelter, they'll give you everything you need. They're going to give you the food, the litter, the toys. So you never really have to buy anything for the kittens. That way, whenever it's time for them to get adopted and you bring them back to the shelter, you also just bring them back all the supplies they lent you, and then you don't have to worry about storing anything. However, sometimes you're gonna feel like you just want to spoil the cats a little bit. When we had our first litter, we wanted to get them a climbing tree. And so I found this thing on Amazon that was like a mixture of a climbing tree and a scratch post. And they loved it. They used it for the 3 months that they were with us. And it was good, heavy duty, worked great. But then after they all went and got adopted, we didn't really have a place to put it or store it. I ended up donating it to the shelter, the same shelter that I volunteer with. So that was kind of where I learned my lesson, where I was like, okay, I can't do this every time. Anything I buy for the kittens while they're with me needs to either fit in my storage, which I'll tell you about in a second. It's very small. It needs to either fit in my storage or it will be getting donated to the shelter. So that's just something that I now keep in mind before I purchase anything for the fosters. Now what I do for their scratch needs is I'll get the little cardboard scratchers, and that does fit in my storage solution. So for storage, what I did is I have this shoe rack from IKEA. I think it's meant to be a shoe rack. Right over there, that's where I put all of the fosters' things during the off seasons or when I don't have fosters in the house. Every cat I've had has absolutely loved the wands, and they love playing with anything that dangles. I took a clear command hook. If you're not familiar with command hooks and command strips, they're basically just this hook that you can stick onto any surface and it peels off without damaging the space. Yes. I got a clear command hook and I put it underneath our side table that we just have out all the time anyway. It's just always there and you can't see it, but when we do have cats, I hook one of their toys onto it and then it becomes like a little punching bag or just like a little dangling toy that they can just swat at, and every single litter that we've had has absolutely loved that. So I would recommend you do that even if you just don't foster and you just have a cat in the house. I really think you should try it because it was just the easiest thing and they love it. This one is gonna retire real quick, and let's do this one because it's a little longer, so they'll probably it's like a punching bag. They're gonna be like Muhammad Ali. We don't want to buy too many things because we don't want to accumulate a lot of clutter. They love to play with things whether or not they're meant for cats. Like the thing that you roll your muscles on after a workout. It was just out one day and I noticed that they were playing tag and they were playing hide and seek with each other, and they loved popping into it and hiding, and then the other cats would roll them. It acts as a cat tunnel. It's something that I, again, don't have to worry about storing because it's already with my gym stuff. Hi. Charles, what are you looking at? You like the reflection? Yeah, it is cool. And then there's other stuff like this, for example. This folds flat, and so it can just go slide underneath the sofa. So I'll actually do it right now. I'll show you while I'm talking. There you go. It's flat, and then I can just put it underneath the sofa. By the way, everything that I'm talking about that I feel like has helped me, I'm gonna link below for you, so you can go ahead and look in the description box and you'll see, like this one is from Amazon. The IKEA bin is from IKEA. Hi. Wait, can we do an intermission? So, how do you like it here? Are you camera shy? Yeah, me too. Okay. Okay, you're free. It's so hard to let them go. So that brings me to my third tip. So even though I'm saying try not to get a lot of things that you won't have space to store during your off season, there are exceptions, and that is get an automatic litter box. So the shelter, when we foster with them, the same day that we go to pick up the cats, they give us all the supplies we need, and that usually includes a litter box and a litter scoop. So the first time we fostered with them, we got a heavy duty stainless steel litter pan, but every single time since, we've gotten the really thin litter bins with a really small plastic litter scoop. This most recent time when we picked up these 2 kittens, we got like the smallest litter bin and the smallest scooper I've ever seen. So I was telling my husband, I think I'm ready to make an exception and buy our own litter box, because I think that would actually make quite a difference. So around that time, I received an email from a company called Casa Leo. I guess they came across my channel and they were asking if we'd be interested in receiving an automatic litter box. So I was like, hell yeah, yes, please. Today's a very exciting day because I'm getting a delivery that I've just been so excited for. I got an email from a brand called Casa Leo asking if I would be interested in trying out their robot litter solution. It's like a litter box, but it's not a box. It's a spaceship. It is very good looking. It's like super aesthetically pleasing, would fit right into the apartment. Obviously much prettier than the plastic litter bin that we currently are using. It's been 2 weeks of using that litter bin and the kittens have just absolutely been destroying it. Pretty much all of them have been treating the litter box as their like personal sandbox. I don't know if that's just a kitten thing or a cat thing. So do let me know if your older cats also play in their litter box. We had one, Fuegoleon. He actually liked to bring his toys in the litter box, which was really hard to watch. Yeah, I'm really excited and I will check back in when it arrives. Maybe we'll do a little unboxing. So let me just show you real quick. I'm really hoping the fact that the new litter bin is enclosed, that it will avoid splash marks on the wall. Quick intermission for the unboxing. We're gonna go give the cats these toys. Oh my god, so cute.
It's an avocado! Thanks!
It's an avocado. Oh wait, no, it's a pear. Now let's find a kitty in the wild. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, big stretch. Wait, no, hold on. She's like, oh, hooray, a new hiding spot. So if you want to get a sense for the size, this is just the smallest size IKEA desk, and this pretty much fits exactly under it. I'm still cleaning up so that I can properly set it up, but just couldn't help but laugh at the stark difference. Good job! Excuse me, how was your first use of your new litter box? Let me take a look at you. Oh! Gotta clean that nose. There we go. This right here is the newest addition to our home, Leo's Loo 2 by Casa Leo. An automatic litter box that's as practical as it is beautiful. It detects when your kitty has finished their business, and it runs a super quiet cleaning cycle after each use.
They're like, where'd our stinky mess go?
So
I know I made a stinky mess in there earlier.
I worked really hard on that. Why'd you get rid of it? If you prefer to use manual mode, you can simply ask your Google or Alexa to clean it. Hey Google, run the loo. All of the dirty litter gets collected in the lined waste bin on the bottom, and it's ready for you to toss once it's full, which the app will notify you of.
It smells like shit. Oh my god. Well, I guess it's doing a good job keeping the odors in because... Oh my god. Oh my god.
At least you don't have to scoop it. Just close the bag.
And since the waste bin has carbon filters and an EPA certified UV light, your home can stay fresh and odor free. I went from having to run out to the trash chute every time my kittens use the litter box and scrubbing the walls from their poop splashes to 0 poop splashes and only taking out the litter once the bin is full. If you're interested in upgrading your kitty's litter box, check out the link in the description box below. And thank you so much, Casa Leo, for gifting us this product.
Thank you, Casa Leo. Thanks. You want to give him a little boop? We can finally retire this. I'm gonna give it a good wash and return it to the shelter. Good work. High five. High five. Okay, you get scratches. You get scratches.
Possibly the most important thing, hands down, is to have a cordless vacuum. I think I use my vacuum 3 or 4 or 5 times a day for everything from the litter that they track to just the hair and the dander that inevitably will get all over your floors. I mean, just look at this. They were playing on this black backpack for all of maybe like 5 minutes, and it went from being completely clean to looking like this. So it just gives you an idea of what those floors probably look like. I have the really old mini Dyson. I want to say it's from like 2013 or something, but it works amazingly still. It's just so easy to maneuver around, and my arms don't get tired vacuuming because it's so small. I use that vacuum all the time. It's the first thing I reach for when I wake up in the morning. Cats love to play and run around at night, so every morning there's like usually litter that's kind of been tracked around. Every day when I wake up, I vacuum. Every night before I go to bed, I vacuum, and it's just kind of like an enjoyable meditative thing at this point. It makes a huge difference in my quality of life, and it truly makes fostering just so much easier. So another really simple tip to make the most of your space if you're fostering in a small apartment is to just get rid of any houseplants that you might have. And this is good for 2 reasons. So first of all, first, it'll give you a lot of extra space that otherwise would have been filled by the plants. I have a bird of paradise tree that we keep in the living room. It's pretty light to move around, and just by picking it up and moving it into the bedroom, which the cats don't go into, it opened up that whole corner, and now that's where the kittens have basically set up camp. That's where they like to sleep at night. I have a little tent set up for them made out of blankets and stuff. That space right there wouldn't have been available if I had that plant, and just by moving it, it just kind of created this new space for them. Something else to keep in mind is that a lot of plants that you might have around your house are actually toxic, so it's really good to make sure that you kind of go through all of them and just double check. You can Google it and just make sure that none of the plants that you have out are toxic to cats. But for me, I just find it easier to just move all of my plants into the bedroom anyway, rather than just sitting and checking one by one. It's a win-win situation because I don't have to worry about them being toxic, and it opens up a lot more space that might have not been accounted for earlier. You guys will get to meet her and her sister in the next video. When we got them, you could consider them feral. They basically just hid for a very long time. They didn't let us touch them, and they were just hissing. And look at them now. Now they're ready for adoption. We're just waiting for them to be fit into the schedule for spay, and then they'll go to their new homes. So yeah, those are the 5 things that have really helped me make the most of fostering in a small apartment. If I missed anything, if any of you have any experience with either fostering or just if you have a lot of pets in your small space, let me know if there's anything that you feel like has made your life easier. Again, I'm going to link everything that I talked about in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!